Previously, we gave the students opportunity to practice their skills in terms of a trial run of a tour. We pretended to be tourists, and then they take us on a tour, and then afterwards we give them feedback on what they did right and what they did wrong. They've done this now a couple of times, and we felt that they are now in the position to go over to the next phase of the project, which would mean they have to get materials ready to market themselves, and they also have to learn how to present themselves and the product that they are developing to other tourism organizations and other parties that might be interested in the tour that they are developing. They can't just keep on presenting it to us. They should be able to present themselves as a group, but that's quite challenging, so we thought we should first give them the opportunity to present themselves individually. We helped them each to compile a short PowerPoint presentation, of which the first slide would be a short profile of themselves, which we helped them to sort of fray with the phrasing. And then they could select 5 photographs, which they regard as the highlights of the tour, which they then also put in a PowerPoint. And then we followed that up with trial runs of this presentation, where they just present it as they thought it should be presented. And then after that, we gave them feedback on which ways they could perhaps improve their presentation. They were quite inclined to just show a photograph and say, well, this is an interesting hut on the photograph. But there are about 4 or 5 things about the hut that they could actually say. So we helped them to focus their attention on more things that they could say about the photographs. And then we had a final rerun of the presentations in which they could then represent it. And it went much better the second time, although some of them are still very anxious to speak before people, which is a problem with many people. So the more times you present it in front of people, the easier it would go. So we give them in-house opportunity to present it over and over to us. And in that way, we give them feedback, and in that way they improve themselves.
The last time we were here, we started looking at the marketing strategy. It's very important to make potential tourists aware of what you have to offer. We looked at different types of brochures and pamphlets and decided on what we would like to share with our potential tourists on what the product is all about.
The previous workshops, we just did a draft of the information that they want to include in the booklet. So after they did a walk through the village, again to look at what information they want to include in the booklet. And then this week we did the actual design of it. So we brought in a computer and some technology here, and they could sit and see how the components of the booklet fit together, and they participated in the development and design of that booklet. It's supposed to be a marketing tool for them to use. It's a basic guide to the Coffee Kraal Village tour. So everything from the human capital to the natural environment, what people can expect to see on the day. And it also provides some nice pictures of previous tours that we went on. So it also serves as a souvenir for the tourists that come to visit.
Another thing that we are doing at the moment is to assist them with the development of their business plan. They've got all the elements of their business in place actually, but they now have to put everything together. And they have to realize how the one thing flows into the next thing. They need to know how to plan this thing, how to market it, how to work with the finances. And we think they are ready to do it, but they will need some guidance to do it. If we leave them alone and tell them to develop a business plan, we don't think it will work very well. But if we guide the process, we think we will be able to help them to develop a business plan. And then after that, they can implement the business plan. That is actually what we're aiming for. On Heritage Day, we plan a tour again. The previous 2 times we were here, we didn't do tours. We actually provided them with some supporting training, which they can now implement during the Heritage Day tour. During the Heritage Day tour, we will also encourage them to invite some of the local stakeholders in the tourism industry to show the local stakeholders what they have on offer here as a community-based tourism project in order to get the buy-in from local stakeholders. And we hope they will then be in position with their business plan and with all the skills they've got now to market and present themselves, that they will be in a better position to sell their product to the locals.